So I'd like you to take 5 minutes, think about your own. I want to run through a bunch of student examples and see how I can help you fix this sentence. Think about your 3 parts and write a single sentence using this approach.
So would I only use the non-narrative?
Omar is dealing with a book which is relatively short and exceptionally clear. And that helps him write a single sentence summary that is short, to the point, and exceptionally clear. And one which should be all too familiar for any resident of Los Angeles. Robert Neville fights to survive against bloodthirsty vampires in the city of Los Angeles. The only thing that I might add, Omar, is in the futuristic city of Los Angeles, there's some idea that we're dealing with a possible future. But, of course, the bloodthirsty vampires might give that away. Let me see. Robert Neville fights to survive against bloodthirsty vampires in a futuristic, post-apocalyptic very nice. Los Angeles. Yep. There we go. Now, if that sentence is constructed well, and I believe it is constructed well, then you know basically what that story is. And you would know, if this were marketing material, whether or not you'd be interested in picking that up off a shelf. So, this works pretty well as a beginning. Positive example number 1. Ian, you're right next door. Let's see what you've got. Ian, what book are you dealing with? Worst case. Yeah. Okay. Excellent point here that Ian is trying to write sort of advertising marketing material to stimulate interest in his audience. However, remember, what we're writing right now is not necessarily supposed to stimulate interest. It's supposed to be clear. So, Ian, I'd like you to take out a little bit of the flowery attention-grabbing language and throw in some clear language. Let's see how that works. Detective Michael Bennett tackles the twists and turns of a compelling murder mystery in the dangerous streets of New York City. What is clear? The setting is clear. What else, Sydney? The character and the setting are clear. Good. Good. He's even said dangerous streets, which makes me think urban, gritty New York City, which is nice. Tackles the twists and turns of a compelling murder mystery. Who's dead? Oh, okay. Then I would rewrite it as Detective Michael Bennett. Here, let's do this. Tries to solve the murder of an 18-year-old CEO's son, you said? There you go. Yeah, you could change the preposition to on. Detective Michael Bennett tries to solve the murder of an 18-year-old CEO's son on the dangerous streets of New York City. All 3, Robert Neville, external conflict, got my setting. So those work very well. Well, I want to switch to the next point. So hold on. Got 2 examples. Let me switch to the next point. Now that you have it, you must unpack it. Unpack means add details. Go back to my example. Finch family experiences different problems with intolerance and depression near a town of Macomb, Alabama. What must I explain? What must I add detail to? Colin? Who is this Finch family? I want to know socioeconomic background. Briefly, I can get a sentence for that. And I want to know members of the family. Briefly, I can get probably 2 sentences for that. Kristen?
What are the different problems and
Yep. When you write your summary, a great place for topic development is that single sentence summary placed in front of somebody else who's never read the book and say, what would you want to know? And somebody might want to say, I want to know about this Finch family. Who are they? How many members are they? I want to know about these different problems with intolerance. You know what you probably don't need all that much detail on? Macomb. Depression era, Macomb, Alabama. So you've got a Southern era Depression town. That's probably good enough for me to know the detail. I don't need to go into detail, or to know the setting. I don't need to go into detail on that. Omar's. Robert Neville fights to survive against bloodthirsty vampires in a futuristic post-apocalyptic Los Angeles. What do you want to know? Gretchen. Who is Robert Neville? Give me some background on this guy. What else do you want to know? Michael.
How is he surviving?
Oh, good. How is he surviving if he's on his own? That's it, because, and that comes from the post-apocalyptic. Remember, every question must emanate from something in the sentence. So, Robert Neville gives Gretchen her question, who is Robert Neville? Post-apocalyptic gives Michael his question, how's he surviving? Elise? Why are there bloodthirsty vampires suddenly? I mean, where did this come from? Is that just, are we assuming a world in which vampires exist? Were they created in some way? And of course, when you have post-apocalyptic, you must wonder, is there a connection? What else? Maybe how he fights to survive? Add some detail there. If you answer those questions, you have a 200 to 300 word summary. Let's see how I did it.